Hello everyone! So for this video, 500 likes is a like goal. A lot of people have been asking me what's going on with this, and I figured just to do a video. I don't think anyone's done a video on it really, and it's just been a lot of speculation and rumors and yada yada yada. And what I want to say right off the bat is that there's no definitive answer for this, so I can tell you all the information that's known and what other people have been saying, and then after see is it really reasonable to reach that conclusion at this point. Now, by all means, if new information comes out by the time I launch a video and this video gets outdated, go ahead. I would be more than glad to be proved wrong that GT is the last season, because I personally think that it's not, but other people say that it is. So let's go right off the bat and go see what's been said. So on the WBO, right, lovely organization, there's a lot of discussion that goes on. And there was originally this rumor that was being spread around by one person where they said, oh, the description, there's going to be a new generation. Now, the reason why they said that was basically because, by the way, credit to group_sun_Amy for this screenshot that I'm using. Okay, basically what the description says for Crown Apocalypse and Genesis Regalia, I said Genesis, it's with again Y, so I'm just going to say Genesis, I don't mispronounce it. What it basically says is that, you know, where there comes a beginning, there's an end, and a new generation begins. Now that's pretty vague, right? Doesn't really mean there's going to be a new generation. Now you think of what the word Genesis means and what the word Apocalypse means. Yeah, I really do wonder why they would say it's the beginning and the end. And if you think about it, when they're talking about new generation, they could simply just be referring to the fact that these bays have the infinite walk system. Because as we've known for the longest time, burst bays, to have bays that have been released in the series that don't burst is in a way sort of like a new era. Which in either way, it's like a reach. It's dumb promotional talk for the stuff. It's like, well, the Chosen Awakening bays, they can never burst. It's impossible. You know, like stuff like that. It's just sort of like to get you hyped up on the product. So when they say this stuff, it's like, don't you think, of all things, we would have probably found out a lot earlier that, yeah, GT will be the final season, right? Don't you think we would get that? Why would we just randomly get Beyblade? Don't you think the translation on the thing would say, this is where Beyblade Burst ends, and the new series of Beyblades will come, right? Don't you think they would say something like that? Something less vague? Right? So, there's zero proof. Zero proof, only speculation, which I'm a little bit surprised, a wee bit surprised that people are just taking that speculation as if it's fact, as there's no source. And I've been seeing a lot of talk, and my issue is this: if there's no source to what somebody is saying, that is just a speculation from them. Now, my take on this is pretty simple. If you want to speculate on something, say, what I think is this. Or if you heard a rumor, well, I heard this, but this is just a rumor. If you say, blah, 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 this will be the end, you're saying that as if it's a fact, and then people are going to get confused. Now, I highly doubt that October, which by the way, this was outdated, this was like posted, I think like September, early September. I highly doubt that the new series will start with these bays, because if you don't know, big surprise, it says Beyblade Burst GT on the packaging, meaning if it was something new, don't you think it would say Beyblade Burst or Beyblade whatever, you know what I mean? Clearly not something new. And also as well, don't you think, like, if these, using logic, right, if these bays were so important to the shift in Beyblade, do you not think there would be more emphasis in the advertisement done for these bays? Like, if I were the company Beyblade, don't you think, oh, okay, well, if these bays are gonna really change it up and the kids are gonna like it, and we gotta make sure they understand it's gonna be something, don't you think they would, that'd be more clear message, right? That's what I'm saying. It's like, we don't know anything. Now the biggest thing I want to say, we don't know anything when it comes to that, what I was talking about. So when they say there's going to be a shift in November, even that doesn't make any sense, because when you look let me just go to the D-Rights page. When you look at Beyblade Burst Rise, it says 11 minute 52 episodes. It didn't say, okay. The speculation to be more warranted if it was something like, oh, on the D-Rights page, oh, it said 11 minute, but only like 20 episodes? What's going on? Right? No, it's like the full length of what a season is. I think the only reason why it's like 52 is just because the episodes are like cut in half. Which actually, I'm pretty sure, even if, yeah, that is really weird. Huh. Yeah, regardless of how the episodes are, I did do the math. Why I was saying it was weird was it should end, like, I think, even if you count the break in December that they usually have, like early March, which is usually around the time that they end, which, what was it, March 25th? End of March, Show Z ended. So, GT ending a little bit earlier is like, alright, the episodes are shorter, so I guess it makes sense. Either way, I might have done the math wrong on those dates, but it should be pretty close. It should be either early March, at most mid-March, or even sooner, because of how the episodes are done. So, when we take it all that into consideration, I don't think it's fair to say, oh, it's the final thing. Because it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous that, like, the speculation is being thrown out there. Not confirmed. We don't know 100% that it's going to be the end. Right? If it was the end. And what I would love to see is if in these next few months, actually next month, since President's been saying this was supposed to be some shift or whatever, I would love to see whatever they were talking about to actually be true, or some leak, something. Now, most likely, the only thing we may get from the, what is it, the Koro is maybe a teaser of the final boss. Which, to be honest, I think the final boss is what threw everybody off. Because when you see the date of January, you see final boss, like, what? Final boss? Hello? Right? Again, we don't know for sure. You could have that name, but it could just mean nothing. Right? You can have the title of something, but it doesn't really mean anything. You know what I mean? So, the last part I want to go over is what I heard. So, back in the World Championships, next we're going to go to this one, so we just have something to look at. So back in the World Championships, that was in 2018 in Paris. So when I was there, I believe, what was it, when I was there, I heard from a friend, that was like, it was a friend, the French judge, whatever, and they overheard, I believe it was Master Blader Ken who was at the event, and they heard and said that, oh, he said that there's going to be 2 more seasons of Beyblade. Now that's what was told to us. When I asked, oh, what are we talking about? Oh, well, Master Blader said there's going to be 2 more seasons, right? That's why before, there's talk, oh no, there's going to be another season after this, because we heard this, right? But even then, who knows? So, in both cases, in one case, there's someone who said they heard something, which, to be fair, not really that good enough proof. And the other one where somebody's just throwing out this random speculation. So what I would say is this. Don't take anything for right now. It could be anything. So that's going to be my answer. No, what I think is that there's definitely going to be another season. Why? Because it only makes sense that if this was the final season in the end of Beyblade Burst, right? The end of this sort of generation of Beyblade, I'm pretty sure they'd be more clear and say, Beyblade Burst GT, Hiro Morita's, unless they made something before, where they're like, Hiro Morita's final work in Beyblade Burst. Enjoy it, the final chapter, Beyblade Burst GT, right? So, till we get more clear information, I hope, maybe, actually no, I hope I'm right for this. I hope there is another season. I don't want to be wrong for this. Because if there's not, it's going to be like, Because if that is the case, and let's say Beyblade ends like whenever it usually ends, what, March, whatever, assuming the products go up until that date, that means we're only going to have like Hasbro's Rise, which will go on for another year, and it'll probably extend to, okay, if it starts now, it'll probably extend to like the end of what, 2021? 2020? Well, no, okay, if we're going to be transitioning to 2020, yeah, I'll probably go all the way at least up until like 2021. So, if that's the case, we're probably only going to have Hasbro content, which I hope it's not the case. I don't want to have to relive Beyblade Legends when, like, when Shogun Steel was basically the last season for Metal Fight, and there was just a dead zone, and then after Hasbro didn't really do anything, and we just got these weird Hyper Blades and Legends, and, oh. Anyways, tell me your thoughts in the comment section below, and I implore anyone, I will tell anyone, that if you're able to find a source that is credible beyond what they are saying, with actual proof, show it to me. Or if you find any discoveries, like you find something that leads you to believe either it is continuing or it isn't, let me know, because I would love to see it. And you can tell me things ending that I don't think it's going to end, but maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm not, who knows. Thank you for watching, have a wonderful day, and just enjoy the discussion. This is kind of fun to do. I might do more of these in the future. You can also leave a comment, just ask me what other topics you want me to cover. But yeah, alright, bye.